What's up, guys? Welcome to a special edition of Nintendo Power Block. This is a mini block sort of thing. Ed and I are here to, well, we were going to kind of do a watch along and a reaction to the Nintendo Direct that was today, but it wasn't today. So, due to the earthquake that happened in Japan, they seem to have delayed the Nintendo Direct to sometime in the near future, but Ed's with me. Hey, Ed.
Hello, everybody.
So we decided to kind of predict what the Direct might have in store for us. There's a couple big things that I want to address before we start our predictions. One, it's a worldwide Direct, which is why they kind of delayed the American viewing of it, because it is a worldwide Direct. They're doing a simultaneous Direct worldwide, so we're getting the same one that Europe is getting, that Japan is getting. So there's that fact. So there's probably gonna be some bigger titles, and B, it's a 35-minute Direct. Now remember, in January, when there was those 14 minutes of Nintendo Direct, and we got 17 games in it or something ridiculous in 14 minutes. So not that there's gonna be a new game every 30 seconds, but expect a big beefy Direct kind of featuring games in the near future, and I think maybe some games coming early next year, because usually when they say when they're going to talk about games, only games that are coming out in 2018, they are very specific on saying we're only focusing on games coming this year. They did not address that at all in this Direct, so something tells me that we might get a little glimpse into January, February, March time frame of next year as well. So one other thing before we move on, there was a small leak seeming well, let's see here, how do I want to phrase this? Due to the scheduled Direct, Nintendo probably had some scheduling things on the back end to go up after this Direct. And on the Nintendo store, it's been pulled down since then, but there are screenshots all over the internet of Yoshi's Crafted World, the Yoshi game that was announced at the Switch launch event. Seems to be the pseudo sequel / follow-up to Yoshi's Woolly World. Yoshi's Crafted World seems to be the next logical step, seeming that everything was made out of cardboard and construction paper and tape and stuff like that. So, but Ed, there's a Nintendo Direct coming. Yes.
Before we even go on with that, to add on, the Mega Man 11 demo is available for Switch now.
Which was probably supposed to be part of the Direct today that says
yes,
Mega Man 11 demo is available right now. Right. That was probably a big feature of the Direct. So, which is big because, we kind of haven't been talking about Mega Man 11 as much on the show as we probably should, but it's kind of a big deal that Mega Man's getting another entry in the series. And I know you played it a little bit. So before we do our predictions, this isn't going to be a full-length show, really, although it might end up being one. But why don't you go ahead and talk about the Mega Man 11 demo?
So the Mega Man 11 demo kind of tells you how what they introduced in the game, and the first boss that you're going to fight is Blockman. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have enough time to defeat or get to Blockman. The levels are quite long, and it's one of those you gonna have to do about 5 to 6 screens to get into a checkpoint. I do recommend playing this with the Pro Controller. It does not kind of play well with the Joy-Cons due to the fact that there are some sections that you kind of need precise aiming and being able to do your slide move and stuff. And because of the Joy-Cons, buttons are so small, even with the analog, it kind of messes you up. And since they put the time mechanics on the L and R, you might eventually end up hitting ZR and ZL, which will switch you to your boss's powers. So if you do on a Pro Control, you can play this dock with the Pro Controller or play it, with the Pro Controller in handheld mode. But I advise you to play this with the Pro Controller, especially with the directional pad. You going to really need that because if you're playing with the buttons on the Joy-Con where the analog stick is at, like on the left Joy-Con, there's going to be times that you trying to slide, but you end up hitting up, and it'll show you that it's not going to allow you to slide. It's going to show you the power stuff that you can select on. And, when stuff gets really tense, you're going to need precise controlling. So I invite you to go in this demo. It is fun. I will say that it is fun. Looks really great. I played in handheld mode. I didn't have my headset on to hear more of the music, but it looks really good, really fun to play. It's still pattern based, so you can learn the patterns. And I know they released a new boss, Balloon Man. They introduced him in the series, so you can check that trailer out. The game is also coming out to Xbox One and PS4, and they're getting their demo on the 7th. So if by the time you guys see this one, it is available. So if you're not picking up Spider-Man, go play the Mega Man demo. But for Switch players, I do recommend to download and give it a try. It is fun. It does carry that Mega Man difficulty, so be ready for it. But I do advise playing this with the Pro Controller if you can.
Yeah, it looks it looks a lot better than I originally anticipated.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it looks good in motion. Like, it looks really beautiful.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it looks a little bit better than it did the last time we saw it, which was, well, the last time I watched anything in Mega Man 11 was the reveal last year, and I think it looks incredible. Like, it looks way better than it did last year, and not that it looked bad last year, but it looks really, really good. So.
And their little new mechanic where if you press the right trigger, it slows down time. If you press the left trigger, it doubles up your power shot, double up your shots. So you can't overheat them, and if you do, you have to wait for all of that to cool down. But you can get power ups of the metal to let it cool down quicker and stuff. But yeah, it looks good in motion. Sorry about that, everybody. It looks good in motion, and I'm really enjoying it. So I think once I dock it and put on my Pro Controller and look at it more on my big TV, I could give more detail about it next time. But I do recommend picking it up, the demo. And if you guys want to pre-purchase it, it's $29.99 on Switch. So it is available for pre-purchase.
Nice.
Yeah. I think when they released the demo, I think they actually put the pre-purchase thing on the game too. I don't think it was there in the store in the coming soon section. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to play it. I'm actually downloading it right now on my Switch because I didn't really know that it was happening. And like you said, Mega Man demo was out. I thought you were watching I thought they released an extended gameplay demo of it.
Mm-mm.
And then I went on Facebook and just real big in the Pal Block Facebook group, you were like, Mega Man
alert.
Demo is... yeah, I was like,
alert.
I was like,
Demo
oh no.
11. Mega Man 11 demo is available on Switch. And I found that out because Chad Caselmo put that on Twitter. And he had it on his page. We're like, yeah, everybody, the Mega Man 11 demo. So I was just like, Pal Block, gotta hit y'all up. It is available and live now, and I also threw it on mine. And some of my friends like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, you guys can get it now." So
yeah, go check it out. Go download it. Also, another demo you should probably check out is the Valkyria Chronicles 4 demo, which is out right now on Switch. That game comes out in the near future, and your progress carries over, similar to Octopath Traveler. So check that out. One last thing before we get into our predictions. We have moved Pal Block to its own channel. We recommend you search it on YouTube, search Nintendo Pal Block. We're trying to get our URL for all three of our console-specific channels, so Arsenal X and Nerds Gone Platinum as well. Go check those channels out. Give us a subscribe. We really appreciate it. Let's see what else. Oh, and on Twitter and Instagram, a lot of people were struggling to find us on Twitter and Instagram because they were searching for Nintendo Power Block, and so I did in a kind of a strategy to help people find us on Twitter and Instagram. We are now at Nintendo_PBlock. So I'm gonna have to get used to that. So Nintendo_PBlock. Also on Nintendo Power Blocks podcast, we are giving away a $20 eShop gift card. So
yes.
The rules for that, you have to be subscribed to the YouTube channel, and then you have to email us your best question. And on September 25th, we will announce a winner of the best question of the month, and you will win a $20 eShop gift card. So you can purchase a game of your choice. It is a North American code, so if you are an international listener or not from Canada or the United States, you will need a North American account to use it. But nonetheless, we are excited to do our first giveaway. So
yay!
Get us those questions at nintendopowblock@gmail.com or tweet at us at NGR or not NGR. Wow. See, I already messed it up. At Nintendo_PBlock. So, yeah. Anyways, all right. So now we're going to get into the meat of this show. We're going to kind of talk about what we would like to see out of the Nintendo Direct that is pending, I should say. Because, yeah. A lot of rumors floating around. A lot of not super announcements, but there's a lot of things going on that, the Game Awards are retweeting stuff. Certain companies are retweeting stuff, making us think that they're going to have some announcements in the trailer. Capcom retweeted it. Suda51 retweeted it. So I'm thinking Travis Strikes Again will be getting some prime time in there. Let's see, who else? There was one other big... the Game Awards retweeted it, which a lot of people think that Metroid Prime HD trilogy is not going to be part of the Direct, but is going to be kind of like the big announcement at the Game Awards for Nintendo, leading into a Metroid Prime 4 trailer. That's the big rumor going around Reddit and Reset Era and just a lot of the Twitter bots floating around there. So we're going to get into this. Like we said, Yoshi's Crafted World seeming to be leaked. Ed, what do you think about this Yoshi game? I know you are a huge fan of Yoshi's Woolly World.
Yes, so I do plan on getting this game. Corey actually told me about it, so I didn't get to see the screen caps, but I'll be looking at Nintendo Life and IGN and Destructo a little bit later on.
It's on Nintendo Life. It's like their second or third story on their website right now.
So I'll check that out. I'm super stoked for this game. This is one of my must-have games for 2019. I'm kind of glad that they gave it, that they named it. It's not a terrible name or anything. It's kind of, nor is generic. It's like, it's to the point. And I think they have a lot of stuff planned than what we just seen beyond in the past trailers. Like, I think they're doing different crafts, but I think the design level is going to be very interesting to see what items of craft materials that you can find at an art store that they put into this game. So it's going to be very interesting. I don't know, Corey, you might have did it in high school, but it was where the paper they gave you was like a blackboard, and you had like a needle kind of pen to like scrape it.
Yep. Sure did.
I would love to see that in this game.
Yeah, that'd be super interesting. I mean, we already know they're kind of taking that Woolly World effect and kind of making it look. I mean, they did the same thing with Kirby's Epic Yarn and Kirby and the Rainbow Curse and Yoshi's Woolly World. They for their I don't want to call them lower tier franchises because that's not what they are, but they're not as big as like Mario or Zelda. What they do with their smaller characters, I guess, they seem to experiment with art styles. And I like the way that Yoshi's evolving from the 2D coloring book of Yoshi's Island to Yoshi's Story, which was kind of like a pop-up book to, you know, Yoshi's Woolly World, and now this, right?
Yeah, and
it's cool to see the evolution of that.
And it's not, this game is more appealing to kids because of all the art styles, but like it appeals really to everyone and anyone who not only love Yoshi, love the Yoshi games in this brand, but it's out there. Just be like, hey, this game is easier for kids, but yet still hard for adults who want to 100% this. And we did it in a nice, completely appealing way. I think there's going to be Nintendo Labo attached to it, so I cannot wait to see a Yoshi kind of Joy-Con holder or something. Like you put the Joy-Con in, and maybe there's you have Yoshi looking at the TV, and you're kind of using the Joy-Con as his tail, and it was like you move it up and down, and it kind of moves his tongue in the game to collect like mini games, and it's kind of like a first person like arcade, like House of the Dead kind of style. That would be kind of cool if they could use that for like Labo stuff. I think they really gonna have some implementation of Labo for this, because it's just a perfect fit. But I cannot wait to see more. I can't wait to get an official release date. I think it's probably gonna be maybe March, so I think it'll be the first party game release for next year.
Yeah, I think next year. Right now, early on, it kind of feels like. It kind of feels like Travis Strikes Again will be January. Mm-hmm. Fire Emblem February-ish, I want to say. Yoshi's Crafted World would be like March-ish. And then in April would be Daemon X Machina kind of thing. Like that's kind of how I feel like, you know, they've been on this cadence for so long, releasing, you know, one big huge title a month. So that's kind of like, it's kind of what I'm seeing form in terms of a roadmap. I'm sure we'll be super wrong on Tuesday or Wednesday or whenever this Direct's going to drop, right? But as of right now, it seems that's kind of what we're looking at here. So.
And the Pokemon RPG is probably November again.
Oh yeah. Pokemon's going to be November every year, no matter what. And then, I mean, you got to factor in Bayonetta 3 and Metroid Prime 4 maybe next year.
Yes.
So that'll probably be like September, or that'll probably be like, I don't know. Do you think they'd put another title in December? They've been putting titles in December lately. Xenoblade 2 last year, Smash this year. Like, would you think October, November, December, Bayonetta in December?
Bayonetta will be out before Metroid, I think, because I think to like in the year of 2019 for Nintendo, I think Metroid Prime, if they don't have 4 ready, Metroid Prime HD, the trilogy, will be ready to end the year. I think that would be so fitting, because nothing else could be in that month to compete with Metroid. And I think a lot of gamers would be just ready to like buy that game, you know, go through the world, and then be ready for Metroid Prime 4 in 2020.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I would say that. Also, another rumored game coming around right now is the new Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe version. Mm-hmm. Do you think that would be this year? Do you think they would put that somewhere this year, or you think that would be next year at some point?
That would probably be this year as a Black Friday pack-in for Switch.
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't think they would try to smash it between Pokemon and Smash. That's my only thing.
But to get players to buy a Switch, it would be that.
I mean, at this point, to get kids to buy a Switch, all they have to do is put a Fortnite sticker on it.
Well, yeah, but you got to think about it. It's just like, people are going to be buying Switches for for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. But if you could get that as a special bonus for Black Friday, that would be the big system to get for Christmas and everything for the kids, and well, for any gamer who is looking for it. And then you got this as a bonus, like download pack in before December. They do a physical copy, so like if you bought the game, you'll get the digital copy first, ready to go. And then you hit everybody with Smash, and then at the end of the week before Christmas or the week of Christmas, you hit them with Diablo 3. So you got 4 games. You got 4 chances to buy a Switch if you go that route at that time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think Mario, New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe will be this year at some point. I don't know when, because I mean, I guess November would be the place to put it, because right now you got Mario Party and Dark Souls are your big October games.
Yes.
With
Mega Man 11. So you got 3 games for October.
Well, plus you got Xenoblade. Let's see. Hold on.
You got Xenoblade this month, like I think next week.
I need to look this up here. Like you got. Hold on. I'm sorry.
So you got Xenoblade, and those outside, like Spider-Man and Shadow of the Tomb Raider are the other party games, like big games. But like focusing on Nintendo, you got like
September you got NBA 2K19, SNK Heroines, another Labo set, and then you got Xenoblade and Valkyria Chronicles 4. Those are your 2 kind of bigger titles, and FIFA. That's 5 games right there in September. And in October, I would say the big games for Switch would be Mega Man 11, Mario Party, The World Ends With You, and then you got to throw Luigi's Mansion for 3DS in there, Dark Souls. Those are and Starlink are your big Switch games for October. Yes. So you're not going to put it in October, right?
Right.
So in November, you have, for Switch, all you really have is Pokemon on Switch.
You have some indies also that's coming.
Yeah, I know.
But they didn't get date. But
I'm just talking about games you want to see on retail shelves when mom goes in to buy you a thing on Black Friday or something.
Yes.
So the only thing in November would be Pokemon. I
And
guess you could try to put it at the beginning of November, because that would give you 2 weeks between Pokemon and Dark Souls, like on either side.
I would do it as a Black Friday thing and like make it like really big, because not only, let's say, pack in the Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe, red Joy-Con and green Joy-Con, red to represent Mario, green to represent Luigi. Probably. Because you got the online functionality, so people, I mean, they won't pack that in for people to try it or anything, but it just be like, hey, this system's up to date, ready to go. You download the patches and everything, but you have that special Mario and Luigi Deluxe Edition, or you pack in Super Mario Odyssey again, and if you spend the extra money, it still has the red and green Joy-Con, and then Super Mario Brothers Wii U Deluxe comes along with it. So you got 2 Mario games in it for Black Friday. Like, Nintendo should do something for Black Friday, because that's going to be the big thing during the holiday for Nintendo, over Pokemon. Mm-hmm. And then they'll probably, because they also have those they're going to be packaging like some of their old games with game guides, like, because they got it for Odyssey, they're going to have one for Breath of the Wild.
Right, those starter kits.
Right, so they're in Splatoon, so they're going to have probably those for ready to go for Black Friday whenever they decide to release them. I don't know if there's a date, so Black Friday would be the money making day for Nintendo. So I think that would be the thing to do for them. Yeah. And if they want to do a physical, go ahead and do a physical on Black Friday.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of what we know and kind of what's going to be there. What do you think are going to be like the big titles there?
For where at?
Like on the direct. Like what do you think the main focuses are going to be?
I think we're going to get another trailer for Smash. Yeah. I think we're going to get a new character reveal for that.
I think whatever games are coming now, like whatever games are coming out, there's going to be at least one of the trailers is at least going to lead into a Smash reveal. Like one of these, like that character from The World Ends With You. What if it ended with him going into a Smash thing?
I think it may be the guy from Dark Souls with the amiibo.
Yeah,
but he might be coming like a assist or something.
Yeah, like there's a rumor right now, since Bandai Namco owns Dark Souls, that's kind of almost a shoo-in, that either like the basic Dark Souls knight guy that's on the cover of the game is going to be a playable character, and then Solaire is going to be a assist trophy. Like that's kind of the rumor right now, but I don't know. There's all kinds of Dark Souls rumors for Switch right now, and it's just like
I think we'll get a Shovel Knight trailer. Like we'll get to see more of the DLC, more of the amiibo, and then probably get to see the final box copy of Shovel Knight. I think that's going to be a big one to look forward to. That's going to be in this direct. Of course, we'll get more info on Mario Party, because that's going to probably be one of the biggest things that they're going to be pushing. Definitely, since that's the first game, so they're going to be pushing that up more.
You think we'll get a new Mario set of
amiibos?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just because it's
a new Mario Party.
Yeah. Mario Party.
Which I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I kind of am too, except for the fact that you can't use the Pro Controller.
Yeah.
Did you see that? You can't use the Pro Controller on Mario Party or The World Ends With You. That's kind of a bummer, but whatever. I mean, it's gonna be a game that my wife will play with me, so
right.
So that's kind of exciting. It looks like it's going back to like traditional Mario Party of like 1 through 4. The N64 and the early GameCube ones, so that's kind of exciting as well.
Right. I think Tecmo might bring Dead or Alive, one of the games there. I would love to see like the last Dead or Alive or the upcoming one, whatever one is being released, come out on Switch. I think there needs to be a 3D fighter for Switch. It's great that we got all the 2D fighters coming. I'm not mad about that, but I would love to see a 3D fighter to be on that system. I think Dead or Alive can take that spot, since Soulcalibur VI is not coming. Because if Bandai Namco announced Soulcalibur 6 on Switch, everybody's gonna be like, okay, we need Link, and you cannot. They're just like, we know how to play Link from Soulcalibur 2, so just make them better. If they do it, and of course it'll probably sell a ton on Switch, but I think Dead or Alive is going to come.
You think?
Yeah, that, or they could do Tekken. I mean, they brought Tekken Tag Tournament to Wii U, and it was great. It was fun. It was wacky as ever. So
because they had all this weird Nintendo costumes.
Right. So why not bring Tekken Tag 3 or something to Switch?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm trying to see.
I literally would love to see Sega do a remaster of Virtua Fighter for Switch exclusive. Remaster the first and second game, and bring it to Switch.
Let's see. I was trying to find some games that were kind of rumored. There's a Nintendo Life article, but it keeps redirecting me, so it must not have been. Okay, whatever. So, man, it's so hard to predict because we're always wrong all the time. Even if we have like some sort of idea, like I still think that Star Fox game is real. I still think it's real.
I have my doubts. I still have my doubts.
But they're gonna bring Tekken to Switch, but the Star Fox game is out of the question.
I think because of Starlink and Fox McCloud being in there, I could probably see Ubisoft helping Nintendo do the next Star Fox game for 2020. And not saying that our predictions are wrong, They just don't appear at that time. Because some of the predictions that we have made has shown up throughout the whole year.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
You know, I did like even when we was talking about the Shovel Knight physical, and I was talking about when it was shown in March, I was just like, it's not going to come that, because Nintendo or Yakuza Club Games want this to be a big announcement, and they won't put it in a Nintendo Direct just to showcase it like this small and then move on.
Yeah.
I think Yacht Club probably had that all planned. Now, they didn't do anything big for it, but I think now, after they announced that they got the physical and they got the other DLC with the Showdown coming, they could now put something big in that end of the Nintendo Direct, and Nintendo could treat that content bigger than what we expected it could be in March.
Yeah, I think, I think Nintendo has so many games to try to parse out in 35 minutes that it's going to be hard to squeeze new stuff in there, especially if you're going to try to do 3DS also, where like you got to show Luigi's Mansion, Mario, or Bowser's Inside Story remake, and then I'm kind of convinced that they're going to show off the Link's Awakening remake still at some point for 3DS, because that's been rumored for a year and a half.
Well, it's difficult to agree with you with that because of the Anuma the Anuma story. The newest story that came out on Nintendo Live yesterday, saying that the next Zelda game is going to definitely come to Switch. So if that is
the next
true,
new Zelda game.
He said the next Zelda game. He didn't say new Zelda game. He said the next Zelda game.
Well, I think he's talking about a new one. I think.
Oh yeah.
I don't think a remake counts as the next Zelda game. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I guess I agree with that.
And if they're going to continue to support the 3DS through 2019, dude, Link's Awakening or like the Oracle games remakes, are the easiest. Are not the easiest, but they're the cheapest way to do that, right? You just use the Link Between Worlds engine, and there you go, right?
Oh, it is literally a guarantee. If they do a Link's Awakening remaster like that and Oracle Seasons, they need to have that 3DS or /2DS XL. There's no choice. You have got to bring out a new Zelda system. I understand the other Legend of Zelda system that came out, but I'm just like, dude, Link's Awakening is big, as big as the main Zelda series. That's how highly regarded that game is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's true. I don't even care if it gets announced and it doesn't come to Switch, because people are gonna be crying why it don't come to Switch instead. No, this game needs to be on the DS, the 2DS, 3DS, because it started on a handheld and it needs to stay on a handheld, a true handheld.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a few games that need to exist on the 3DS still. Don't get me wrong, I think it's time to sunset the 3DS, but at the rate they're putting out games, some games need to stay on the 3DS, like the WarioWare game that just came out, right? I think those games are inherently better in handheld, right? I mean, I think Smooth Moves for Wii was okay, and I know a lot of people have fondness for the GameCube one, but the WarioWare game that came out for Wii U was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. So I think that inherently needs to stay. Another big rumor right now is also Animal Crossing. So
Animal Crossing will come to Switch, but it won't be in this Direct. I think it's going to be a E3. I would like it to be a March kind of Nintendo Direct to kind of represent spring and how lighthearted Animal Crossing is. But if they need a game to like really showcase for E3, Animal Crossing would be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
because Anuma is I think Anuma with Zelda. Sorry, I'm bringing this back up again. I think Anuma and Zelda will be announced at next year's E3, and he'll probably still do the same presentation that he did when it was coming to Wii U. How he was talking, then he snapped, and he showed how beautiful the world is. We'll probably see something like that next year. But Animal Crossing will be a good way to lead into the Nintendo Direct for E3. If not, do it for March.
Yeah. So I mean, there's not really much to discuss except for like, okay, so the other major thing right now, Nintendo Online service.
Yes.
Will be dated, and kind of everything's going to be explained in this direct. I feel that, right?
Yeah.
Like I really think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, what?
Pikmin 4. We might actually get it might actually end. I think personally they should end it with Pikmin 4 after they talk about their online for Switch.
Man, that would be such a great game to put out in the time, like when Captain Toad and Octopath Traveler came out. That would be such a great game to put out at that time.
Yes.
Like, right? Yeah, man, July would be so great for that game.
But Pikmin is such a May game because it's because of how beautiful and detailed that world is. June and July, luckily for this year, had a lot of games I must get and play over. I'm going to be working on my backlog.
Yeah,
so Nintendo pretty much won this summer with releasing games. I think with Pikmin 4 coming out in May before hitting E3, I think that will probably get a lot of people just be like, yeah, it represents kind of spring and summer, being changed. And it's just like a chill down game before I get ready for the summer and get ready to go.
Yeah.
On stuff.
Yeah. So I think, man, Pikmin, I would love another Pikmin. I wouldn't even care if it was a Pikmin 3 port. But I mean, we do know Pikmin 4, Pikmin World has been in development for what, like 4 or 5 years at this point. So
yeah, and I think they probably got a trailer ready for us, but I think it's still in development. Yeah. I think they got a teaser trailer ready for us.
Yeah, I mean, look, we got enough to play right now. I mean, yeah, there's still games that have come out that I haven't even touched the surface of playing, and there's more games coming out. Like it's insane.
To add on, I think Secret of Mana is going to get announced in this direct. I think Square Enix is going to be ready to announce it. Well, I think they're going to fix some things for it.
The remake one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that, and I think Dragon Quest XI. I don't think it's going to make this direct, but there's going to be a direct at the end of November or the beginning of December, and I bet we see them there, because those are two huge games for 2019.
Yeah, I think Mana will be ready to be announced because it didn't get that much talk after it got released on PS4.
We'll probably see if that game is coming to Switch. I bet we see it. I bet we see it this time, and I bet it comes out in like January or February.
Yeah,
that would be my guess if they announce it.
Yeah, because I wouldn't do Dragon Quest 11 since it just came out for PS4.
Yeah,
I would do that. But I would agree with you doing a November direct. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be the time to do it. I think it just won't be in this direct. I think a November direct they would do it.
I actually cannot wait for Dragon Quest 11 on Switch. Like, I want to play it now, but I know if I can't play it in handheld form, I won't play it. Right, because I don't have a lot of time in front of my TV anymore. It's just fact, right? I mean, at night after my wife and kid go to sleep, I try to work on stuff for Nerds Gone Rogue, but during the day when I come home, like, it's handheld mode or I'm not doing anything. Right? That's just it. So.
Yeah,
which is why we talked about this like a year ago. Right, where like, man, the Switch is so perfect for my life right now.
It's perfect for a lot of people's life. A lot of people didn't expect it to change people's life, like parenting lives, and even on traveling. People just got they Switch, throwing pictures and wishing these big AAA games that's not on the system would be on there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Nintendo changed the game. They continue to innovate and change the game.
Yeah. So, one last final prediction for this direct before we get out of here.
One last one. I think Miyamoto got something to announce, and I think they're ready to showcase a new IP. Dragalia lost because they already had that direct. I know it won't be in there, but I think Miyamoto is ready to showcase a new IP. And if not that, then Shin Megami Tensei 5 we're going to be seeing.
Man, yeah, that was announced at the Switch reveal event. Man,
we still don't know what all the Sega's doing because we still got Sega agents that need to come out.
Oh, that was another big rumor the other day was Yakuza Kiwami might come to Switch because Sega said they pitched it to Nintendo originally, and Nintendo turned them down, but they still want to put the game on Nintendo.
Right.
But I don't think Yakuza 6 will run, but I bet Yakuza 0 and Yakuza Kiwami could run.
The series is not going to come to Nintendo at all because of the rejection and how the sales went in Japan on the Wii U.
Yeah, but I still think it has a chance. I don't think it'll be announced tomorrow. I'm just saying, I bet it has a chance at some point.
I think what happened was, and everybody was yelling at Sega, okay, yay, this game's coming out to Wii U. Bring it to America because no one in Japan is going to buy it. And that's what happened.
Well, don't put it on the Wii U. Put it on something that people own.
That's sorry. The problem is that the Yakuza series is not big in Japan itself, even on PS2. Every time they talk about this game, they always talking about how great it sells in America and in Europe. So everybody wanted that game because a lot of people didn't get to play the first Yakuza or Yakuza 2. It was a very niche game, and if they would have brought it to Wii U, they would have sold more in Europe and in America over what Japan did. But Sega made that decision, so that was up on Sega.
Well, I mean, I think that was a lot of people's decisions about the Wii U. Like, unless you were a Nintendo first-party game or a game really being backed by Nintendo, you weren't bringing your game to the system.
It's kind of amazing. And I know we're about to wrap up, and I know you got a game to talk about, Corey. But there was a story, I think, on Nintendo Life or somewhere on Twitter that because of the Switch, console marketing is back up in Japan. So that's just showcase. It's
already outsold in Japan. It's sold what, like 6 million units or something, 7 million units. So that tells me what's happening in Japan during PlayStation 4 and Xbox. Well, we know about Xbox One, so we don't have to talk about that. Sold 51 units last week.
Oh goodness!
Or last month or something.
Yeah, but I'm just like, if Sony PlayStation 4 did nothing for Japan to get consoles gamer back into the game, and Nintendo did.
Well, I think it's because Japan loves their handheld and mobile gaming. This is why the 3DS and Vita and PSP are still selling super well.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, not to disparage people in Japan who want to play console stuff, but I'm just saying, like, I think the mobile and handheld market's way bigger over there. So
yes.
But let's see. One game I want to see announced. Man, I don't really have anything. The one game I want to see announced is the Metroid HD trilogy. Like, or like if they're gonna bring over Twilight Princess or Wind Waker HD, I would like to see those come over as well.
Can I add one more? I'm sorry.
Nope.
The Luigi's Mansion arcade game that Capcom did bring the Switch.
No, nobody wants that on Switch.
Would you play it though?
Well, yeah, but doesn't mean I want it. Come on now. If it's coming to Switch, I'm going to buy it. Doesn't matter. But let's see. I wonder if not necessarily for this direct, but I wonder if sometime in the near future we're gonna see Retro's new IP or Monolith's new IP.
We're gonna see both next year.
You think we're gonna see both next year?
Yep. I think Retro's going to have something ready for E3, and Monolith is going to have something not ready for E3, but for a fall direct.
Interesting. So, I don't know. This direct has the potential to be huge. I mean, you were calling it E3 2.0. I think it could be close. I think 35 minutes is a long time to...
I'm calling it E3 Part 2 because of the two Nindies that we had, the Dragolia direct, and then with this direct, like...
Well, there's been something like six Nintendo reveal videos or events in the last 6 weeks or something.
Yes.
So...
And that's never happened with their direct system.
Including this one, which, I mean, that's a lot. You know,
Yeah.
there's been, 2 Nindies showcase things.
Yep.
There's been the Dragalia Lost one, and then the Smash Direct.
Yeah.
And then there was one other one, and then this one. So...
Right. And this is like... Yeah. Shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even with the crossplay with Microsoft and Nintendo doing that commercial for Minecraft. Like,
right.
That's big.
Right. That was huge. So we'll see. I wonder if they'll try to say something about Fortnite skins, like exclusive Fortnite skins, or some sort of Rocket League expansion into more Nintendo themed cars or something.
Yeah. And the the Fortnite update is live, I think.
I mean, there's a new update every week, so for that game. Every time I turn on a console, it's like, Fortnite has an update. I'm like, oh, come on, man. Just update it. So, anyways, that's I think that's going to wrap it up for this mini block. 46 minutes of content for you. So, remember, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Nintendo_PBlock. You can find Nintendo Power Block every Tuesday at 7 a.m. on your podcast service of choice. You can find me at CoreyandHD86 on Twitter and Instagram. You can find Edward at ThatRetroCode and on his podcast, Optional Opinion, on most podcast services. And NGRradio.com. Although, I'm having an issue with the website, but that's... Yeah, anyways, whatever. Thank you guys so much for watching this mini block. Like, subscribe, and share. Remember, giveaway for Power Block. So, subscribe. Send us your questions at nintendopowblock@gmail.com. Win yourself a $20 eShop gift card. So,
yes.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next week, we love you.
Bye, everybody.
Where's your woohoo?
No, I don't do it for mini block. I'm trying to change it.